Welcome back everyone to another episode of the landscape series. So it's been over a month right now and we finally got our house built. We got the subdivision started. So we got water and sewer running that way just a little bit and down this way. I should be able to fit roughly 5 to 6 homes here. So that's going to be more than enough to get everything started. I'm going to park the truck. We're going to hop out. Now it's getting pretty close to the end of the season for me. So the jobs are pretty scarce right now. So I thought it would be a good time to come over here, get some topsoil put down and try to get some grass to grow before winter. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to try anyway. But there's one more thing I want to do. So when we start phase 2, I'm going to move over here a little bit, extend my property because I built it kind of on the edge of what we had cleared. And as of right now, we don't have that much property, but I don't really need that much more. I just want to be able to pull around on the other side. So that's something we got to do. I'm going to go over and we're going to go grab the skid steer. I'm going to bring that here. I'm going to grab the mini excavator. Just get everything we need brought over so we can get this job started. And I'm going to buy a snow plow for the skid steer because in the forecast there's going to be snow. And I'm not sure how much, but apparently it's going to be a storm. And I don't really have anything to clear that road yet because it's not really officially a part of the city yet until it gets paved. So that means I'm going to have to snow clear it myself, and the skid steer with a blade on it is just not going to do it. It's too much of an area. We get a lot of snow here, so I'm going to look at leasing a wheel loader for the winter with a plow. I really don't want to spend too much on it, so hopefully we can get one that's used and don't cost too much. So right now I went over to the shop, I grabbed the skid steer. I just needed to run over to the apartment building to grab the bucket, and we're gonna stop at the dealership and we're gonna see what they got for plows. Hopefully they got something in my price range. I don't want anything too crazy because I'm just gonna be using this mostly for driveways or the odd job that we get. Alright, so after looking at plows, I ended up getting this one over here. It cost me $9,000, which was a bit more than I wanted to spend, but at the options, this here was the best price, and it's a 10-foot blade, so I really can't complain too much. So I'm going to get the skid steer taken off, we're going to get that hooked up, put on the trailer, head over to the apartment building, and grab the bucket. Then we're going to bring everything over to my new property, get everything tucked away, and if we need it during that snowstorm, at least we can plow our way out. And I was talking to them about a loader that I could lease for the winter. They do have a few. They're going to be in later on today or tomorrow. They weren't exactly sure because of the weather. When they get them in, I'm going to come back over, check everything out. Try to get one that's going to be the cheapest, but we'll be able to plow that road without a problem. Anyways, let's head over, grab that bucket. There is a few things I got to do over there. I do want to check on the grass because it's been over a month since we planted it. And to me, it looks like it's growing, but I really don't want to mow it just because it is still pretty new. We're going to let that sit all winter. Hopefully in the spring we can come back and do the first mow, and I'm hoping everything sticks the way it's supposed to and the grass turns out good. So let's go over, grab this bucket, put it on the trailer, and get everything brought over, and I'll see you guys when I'm back at my property. But if you guys are enjoying the landscape series and would like to see more landscaping videos in the future, smash the like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. Alright guys, so it's been roughly an hour. I finally get the mini excavator brought up here and we're just dropping off the skid steer. For right now, I'm just going to put it over on the side of my driveway, drop the bucket, and we're just going to leave the plow on it for the winter because we don't have any other jobs to really do right now, and I got a feeling the jobs are going to stop until spring. So I'm just going to put the plow on, put it in the driveway. We're going to take the side by side and put it in the garage. Just try to get everything tidy up before the snowstorm hits. And after looking at the weather network, it's not going to be a good one because we're getting close to 2 feet of snow. So I think after we get everything taken off, I'm going to rush over to the quarry. We're going to get a load of topsoil and try to get that spread out before the snow. My plan was to put seed down, but that's not going to be the best thing to do because it's not going to stay there. So I'm just going to get the soil put out because that's something I had planned for today. Alright guys, so it's been roughly an hour. I just disconnected the trailer. I got everything put away. I got the side by side in the garage. I'm going to put the mini in there there after we're done with it, but we got roughly a 25-minute drive to the quarry, so I'll see you guys when I get back. And just like that, I'm on my way back. I spent $200. We got roughly 8 tons of topsoil. I think that should be more than enough to put down an inch or two. So I'm gonna get that spread out right now. I'm gonna try to do most of the work with the dump truck. That way it's less work with the mini. I mean, it's not really the biggest mini, so it will take a while. Let's try to tailgate spread this as best as possible. Put a little pile here, put a little pile there, and just get everything done. On my way back from the quarry, it did start to snow over there. I think we're gonna be pretty limited on time. I need to get this done as fast as possible, so that's the main reason. We're gonna try to spread as much as we can with the tailgate. I might be putting it on a little bit thick, but I gotta get this done. I just spent 200 bucks on this soil, and the last thing I need is it to snow and force me to stop working and lose out on $200 worth of soil. I'm gonna go as fast as possible. Hopefully I can at least get the front done. If I leave a pile to the side of the driveway, it's not that big of a deal because when springtime comes around, I can come over, just spread that out. But I at least gotta get the front done because I got the soil put there. Anyways, I got all the soil dumped off. It's not too much on the side. I put a lot on the front, so I'm super nervous that maybe I put too much, but it's a good thing I got the skid steer here. I could move a lot of material if I had to. So I'm just gonna jump in the mini. We're gonna put down, I'm gonna say roughly 2 to 3 inches just to be on the safe side, and I'm gonna try to slope it out. That way the water goes towards the road and not towards my house. I do have all the proper drainage in here. I got a French drain, I got weeping tile, so there's not going to be a problem with the water going towards the house. But the thing is, I rather not put it towards the house, so let's try to slope this out as best as possible. That way it goes out to the road and goes down the storm drain. So let's just get this put here. All right, I just got to smooth out this spot, then we can move over to the other side. I'm just going to fix the grade right here. Let me smooth that out, little spot here. All right, so I finally got that done. It took me roughly an hour to do, but it do look a lot better. Now the only thing is, once we do decide to put seed in the spring, I'm probably going to have to grab the Harley rake and stir everything up, because after the winter everything is going to be compacted and it's not really going to be able to grow grass. But we got everything put away. I'm going to go back over to the shop. We're going to drop the dump truck off. Then I'm going to head over to the dealership because I got a call. It seems like the loaders came in a little bit earlier than they thought. I want to be the first one over because it is first come first serve, and I want to make sure I can get one that's going to be good for this property. Alright, so I just dropped off the dump truck. We're in our truck. We're going to head over to the dealership and I'll see you guys when I get there. And after driving 10 minutes, I'm finally over here and it looks like this is the only loader left. So I'm going to hop out, make sure we can get this one before anybody else shows up. So we get this Cat 930G. It's not the newest, but it is in good shape. It's not the biggest, but I think it would be perfect for what we gotta do. So I'm going to go inside, get the paperwork done, and get the keys. Well, I just paid $1,200 for the first month's lease, and we get this plow right here, guys. I'm super excited for this metal press. I really want to try it out. It's a 12-foot blade, and it got the extenders on each side, the wings. They're 4 feet each, so that puts us up to 20 feet. It's definitely going to be more than enough to plow this road and anything we get to plow. So I'm going to come back over later and grab it, so I'll see you guys, I guess, when we get some snow. Alright guys, so it's been a few months already, and I'm sick of winter. We just got another snowstorm, but lucky for me, we do have that plow outside that we can use to get the road done. Oh, I'm so sick of winter. I can't wait for it to be over. That way I can get the rest of the subdivision done. I do want to start phase 2 and phase 3 because I want to get this project completed. I want to start my rental shop and I can't really do it until all this is developed. So I'm trying to gauge out how long it's going to take me to get this ready once the snow goes. I'm thinking roughly 2 months. I do have to do water and sewer. I got to put in some gravel. I got to get everything put on grade, and I got to stub in for water and sewer for each property. That way we don't need to dig up the road after we get it put in. So it is definitely a lot of work, but I'm getting a lot of interest already on the properties that we got right here. I got a couple people that are going to buy them once the snow goes away, which is definitely going to help me fund the next phase because we got roughly 5 properties here we could sell, and that's going to be close to $1 million of profit that we can use to develop or start putting away some money for my rental shop, which I want done by the summer. That way when people start building their properties over here, they can rent off me to use the equipment they need. Oh, guys, that had to be the longest winter ever, but it's finally spring. I'm super excited. I really don't like winter, but my favorite part is that I can finally bring back this wheel loader and we don't need to worry about it anymore. So I had a couple people come by to check out the land. It's just, it is still too wet to build on. It needs to dry out probably for another week or two. So I won't see the money until I guess it dries out. But anyways, after driving 30 minutes, I'm over at the dealership. I'm dropping this off and it's still pretty early in the season. A lot of people are pretty nervous to start jobs, so we don't really have anything lined up. I do have a couple of side projects I need to do for myself, and we're gonna get that done. Alright, so I just dropped the keys off, but before I leave, I want to check out, see what they got that's new. We do have this KX80 over here. It's definitely a nice mini excavator, and that's definitely one that I want to get for the business at some point. The only reason I wouldn't buy it is because it costs $150,000, and that's so much money. I definitely got to think about it. Well, I finally got over to my property and we're in the truck right now. I'm going to head over to the shop. I need to grab the trailer with the mower. We're going to head over to the apartment building and try to get that mowed. I went over there earlier today. The grass is super long. I'm not too sure if it's too wet over there for the mower. It's just, I need to try to get it mowed because it don't look that good right now. It's roughly a foot long. Let's grab the mower, head over there, try to get a cut done, and see how the grass turned out. It is still pretty patchy in some spots, but I'm hoping after we get this first cut done, I can put some more seed down, some fertilizer, and try to get it looking a lot better. And from what I can see from right here, it looks to be good grass. So let's take the mower off, get over, and start cutting. So, oh, well, this ain't good. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen, guys. So when I started to cut the grass, I guess it's still too wet over here, and the grass didn't really go down into the soil like I thought it would, and we just destroyed the front of the property. So I think the best thing for me to do is probably to wait until everything dries up for another week or two, try again, and at some point I need to come back over here and fix up this section. Oh guys, this is terrible. This is not good. I really thought it would work, but it didn't take. It might have been too late in the season and it didn't really have the time it needed to really get a strong root into the ground. So we're gonna come back over probably in a week or two, but there is still a lot of work that got to be done over here. I need to figure out what I want to do around the building. I didn't want to put grass on the back, so I don't really know my option. I could probably put some pavers there. I definitely got to think about it because it needs to be done very soon. But lucky for me, guys, we do have a job to do today. I didn't think we were going to get one, but I just got a call. Somebody wants their property mowed, and I'm glad we got this because if not, I would have to drive back over to the shop and put the mower back, just waste some time. But at least now we're going to get some money. So let's try to get this mowed. It's definitely a bigger property. It's going to take a little bit longer, but it's nice being able to get out, mow some properties. Last year we did start out strong with the mowing, but it kind of tapered out at the end. I didn't really have anybody to run the mower, and I was too busy with the heavy civil side of things, doing jobs for the city and doing my own thing. So I didn't really have time to get out and do the mowing, and I ended up losing a lot of contracts. But this year I'm going to be hiring somebody on to strictly do the smaller jobs that I can't do because I need to try to build up my money as fast as possible. I do have a lot of projects I need to get done this year and they're not cheap, so the best way for me to fund these operations is to get as many jobs as I can. And these small ones here, it don't seem like a lot of money at first, but if you keep doing these projects and you do roughly 20 a week, that starts to add up, and by a month or two, it's a good chunk that you can use to develop something. So that's the way I'm looking at it right now. I should have been doing it last year. It's just I was way too busy. I didn't want to hire anybody on because the work was so unreliable until pretty much the end of the season, and the worst thing to do is hire somebody on then because I didn't plan on working during the winter, so he would only be hired on for roughly 3 to 4 weeks, and that's not enough to leave another job just for that. So this year I'm going to be advertising. Hopefully we can get somebody, and we're going to make this company double the size, and we're going to venture out with other projects. Well, anyways guys, this is going to be it for this video, and if you guys are enjoying the landscape series and would like to see more, smash the like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.